Welcome to the deep dive. So this week you sent over something really interesting. Winston Trim's Abundance Mindset 101.
Yeah, it's quite direct.
It is.
Yeah.
And we're going to, try and cut through the noise a bit and pull out those core ideas. The things that really separate, let's say, extraordinary results from just the everyday stuff. We're thinking less abstract theory, more about the actual daily things, mindset shifts, routines, the practical stuff.
Things you can actually use.
Exactly. The goal here is to give you that knowledge, what really underpins success, and do it quickly, thoroughly, so it sticks.
Okay. Well, the first thing that jumps out from Trim's work, I think, is how he pushes back against that common idea.
About luck.
Yeah, luck, or, waiting for some big burst of motivation to hit you. He argues that's mostly a myth.
Right. It feels like a relief, almost.
Yeah.
He says the real driver is just consistency. The daily disciplines, the stuff you do when nobody's watching.
Exactly. It takes the pressure off needing some kind of magic spark.
Yeah, waiting for inspiration that might never show up.
And he flips the script on motivation, too. It's subtle, but important.
How so?
Well, instead of needing motivation before you act, he suggests it often comes after you start doing something.
Okay, that makes sense. Like action creates motivation.
Pretty much. Even a small step forward can build momentum, give you that little win that makes you want to keep going.
So don't wait to feel like it. Just start, even small. And let the action itself generate the feeling.
That's the idea. And it totally reframes those, ordinary days. Suddenly they're not just ordinary, they're the building blocks.
When done well, yeah. Okay, so let's dig into this mindset piece he talks about.
Right. For Trim, this is fundamental, the bedrock. He talks a lot about our internal dialogue.
And that voice in your head.
That voice, yeah. And how each morning, really, you face a choice. Are you seeing obstacles everywhere, or are you looking for the opportunities?
And he has a specific practice for this, doesn't he? Gratitude.
Yes. First thing, before the phone, before work emails, just taking a moment, a few moments, really, to focus on what you do have.
It sounds simple, but the way he frames it,
Yeah.
it's like rewiring your brain.
That's a good way to put it. He suggests that consistently practicing gratitude shifts your default setting, from scarcity, always looking for what's missing, to abundance, seeing what's already there.
Which then helps you spot more opportunity.
Exactly. It changes how you perceive things. It's subtle, but, yeah, profound.
But, and this is important, he's very clear, mindset alone isn't the whole picture.
No, not at all. It has to be coupled with what he calls relentless execution, action.
Okay, so positive thinking is the fuel.
Right, the energy, the optimism perhaps, but the execution, the consistent action, that's the engine. That's what turns the potential into actual results.
And what does that execution look like according to Trim?
He highlights things like clear communication, being able to get your ideas across effectively.
And listening to, right?
Active listening, yes.
Yeah.
Truly understanding others. And, crucially, building trust in every interaction.
That really resonates. You can have the best ideas, but if you can't connect with people, communicate clearly. It's tough.
Very tough. He mentions great communicators often simplify things, make complex ideas accessible, inspiring.
So it's not just about talking, it's about connecting and moving people to action.
Precisely. Creating understanding, getting that buy-in, which leads right into another cornerstone for Trim, discipline.
Discipline. The unglamorous hero.
Yeah. He really contrasts it sharply with motivation. Motivation comes and goes, right? It depends on your mood, the weather.
So fickle.
Whereas discipline, that's the quiet commitment. Showing up, doing the work, especially when you don't feel like it, when the excitement's gone.
It's about choosing the long-term result over the short-term comfort, basically.
And that's it, exactly. Making that hard choice repeatedly. Doing what needs doing, even when it's, well, unpleasant.
And he has some practical advice here, too, about just starting.
Yes. Don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect resources. Start where you are with what you have.
Because that initial action creates momentum.
Exactly. Momentum is way more powerful than waiting for ideal conditions that, let's be honest, might never arrive.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. Let's talk about time.
Yes. The great equalizer, as Trim puts it, we all get 24 hours.
How we use it, that's the differentiator.
Absolutely. Successful people, he argues, treat time as their most valuable asset, non-renewable.
And they protect it fiercely.
Yeah.
Especially those peak hours.
Fiercely, guarding that time for the deep, meaningful work. And that often means saying no.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
It is. Saying no even to good opportunities so you have the bandwidth for the truly great ones, the ones that align with your core mission.
So it's not about being busy, it's about being effective, making real progress.
Yes, shifting the metric from busyness to meaningful output.
Okay. What about finances? Trim has a take on that too.
He does. And it's not just about income, how much you make. It's equally maybe more about how much you keep and how you grow it.
Retention and growth, not just earning.
Right. And he frames tracking your finances not as this chore or being cheap.
But as respect.
Respect for your future self, being intentional, knowing where your money is actually going.
And the ultimate goal there is.
Making your money work for you, getting to that point of, passive income, real financial freedom, moving from just earning to actually growing wealth strategically.
Makes sense. Okay, what about learning, given how fast things change?
Oh, this is critical for Trim. He basically says stagnation equals irrelevance. Standing still is moving backward in today's world.
Wow, stark. So be a lifelong learner?
A perpetual student, yeah. Always reading, asking questions, seeking out mentors.
And feedback. Even the tough kind.
Especially the tough kind. Embracing feedback as a tool for improvement. Seeing it not as criticism, but as data to help you grow.
That openness, that growth mindset, it's key. Always looking to expand.
Definitely. Now, all this effort, all this discipline, Trim says it needs an anchor.
Purpose. The why.
Exactly. Having that compelling reason why you're doing what you're doing, it makes the challenges, the grind, much more bearable.
Like a North Star, guiding you through the tough spots.
Perfectly put. It gives the whole journey, the success, a deeper meaning beyond just personal gain.
And he talks about the people around you too, your network.
Huge influence. It sounds like standard advice sometimes, but he really emphasizes how much the people you spend time with shape you.
So choose wisely.
And intentionally. Invest time in relationships with people who challenge you, support you, encourage your growth.
And he mentions giving first.
Leading with value, yes.
So
focus on contributing to your network, helping others, before you even think about what you might get back.
And we come back around to gratitude again.
We do. He reinforces it not just as a feel-good thing, but as a practical strategy.
How so, practically?
It grounds you. When you win, it fosters appreciation.
Yeah.
When you face setbacks, it gives you resilience. It reminds you how far you've come even while you stay ambitious.
Keeps things in perspective.
Exactly. And finally, perhaps the most foundational point of all.
Health.
Physical health. He calls it the vehicle for your dreams. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if your health fails.
It undermines everything.
Everything. Energy, focus, stamina. He stresses daily movement, good nutrition, prioritizing sleep. Not as optional extras, but as a competitive advantage. Essentials.
Wow. Okay, so wrapping it all up. Trim's big message seems to be that success isn't one big moment.
No, it's the sum total. The accumulation of small, consistent, daily choices over time.
Which is actually kind of encouraging, isn't it?
I think so, because it means you don't need to be perfect today. Just consistently better. Show up, make a little progress.
And he ends with that direct challenge, that question for you, the listener.
Yeah. What's one discipline? Just one small thing you can commit to starting today.
Just for today. Recognizing that huge achievements start small, with regularity. As he says, the world needs what you have to offer.
Yeah. So as we finish this deep dive into Trim's Abundance Mindset 101, that central idea really sticks, doesn't it? Extraordinary lives. They're built day by day with ordinary actions done consistently.
Definitely. Maybe take a moment after this. Think about which of these ideas really clicks for you right now.
Yeah. Which one could you start weaving into your own daily routine? Because it's in those small intentional shifts that the real change happens.